All right, the Tempe police have made an arrest. I want to go back a little bit. I want to go back a little ways. I have been dismayed by the behavior of a lot of people. My family was kind of different. My mom was different. She expected more of us. She didn't have an expectation of somebody else. My mom once said to me, after conversations about my friends, that I wasn't hanging out with the wrong crowd. I had become the wrong crowd. That's a hard thing to hear. You know, parents usually say, my kids are hanging out with the wrong people. My mom eventually figured it out and said to me, no. You are the wrong people. You're becoming the wrong people. There's a difference in that. I look at my political leanings and I look at the people that I align myself with, and I have an expectation that we are not going to, because they're my people and I have to answer for it. I come on the air and I defend my party. I defend my political beliefs on a daily basis. And then when somebody does something stupid, it makes it harder for me. And so when we were seeing the things that happened, I mentioned Clint Hickman, and I'm sorry to keep bringing his name up. I'm sure he's tired of me doing it as well. When Clint Hickman was so savaged by people in his own party because they did what legally they had to do when it came to election integrity. Clint Hickman is a good man. And this is the part you dehumanize people. You marginalize someone, you dehumanize them, and then it's easy to go after them. Bill Gates. By the way, Bill Gates, I think, is going to join the show tomorrow. I'm trying to solidify the time. Bill Gates was a member of the County Board of Supervisors, and he has taken a new job with Arizona State at the new Democracy Lab at ASU. And Bill Gates has been very, very candid about the things that have been said about him and how he's been portrayed, which has been unfair. I've talked about my friend Shelley Boggs, who's running for office. Again, I don't expect anybody to agree with people that I agree with. You don't have to agree with Boggs on her politics. But they dehumanize her. They make her out to be this monster. They say things about her that just aren't true. She can't spend her life focusing on it. She can't spend her life defending it. She's got to eat it. And her family sees it. She's got children and grandchildren that see it. And that's not who she is. And she can shout it from the rooftop. She can be angry about it. But in the end, instead of saying, I don't agree with your politics, it's the negative nonsense. By the way, her opponent promised not to go negative, and that's all she's done because she realizes she's losing on the issues. When it comes down to who's most qualified and who's better equipped for the job, her opponent is losing miserably. So they're going to go negative. They're going to make her out to be crazy, right-wing, extremist, all these other things. And so now you've got this guy in Tempe, a Republican, who's shooting at a Democrat office, who is hanging bags of white powder with razor blades on political signs. This guy's going to get charged. He's going to get charged with terroristic threats. He's going to get charged with shooting at a dwelling. He's going to get charged with crimes, and he should. You had Kari Lake as a Republican. There was an anthrax scare at her office, white powder at her office. I don't care what you think of Kari Lake's politics. I don't care what you think of her style. What is this world coming to when I can't say, I disagree with you? You know, one of the fun things around here, and it really is a fun thing around here, is we don't agree. In this building, we don't agree. Gatos and I have stark differences on things and stark opinion differences on things. Chris Merrill and I, same thing, differences of opinion. But I can tell you, unless they're really, really, really good actors, they are genuinely good people around me. We all get along very, very well. And you're not going to find a more opinionated group of people. We're in the opinion business. And there will be things we never agree on. But to me, I don't know that any of us have ever been accused of actually being an adult, but it is an adult way to behave. I don't agree with you. How many times have you had friends, family members, a spouse that disagrees with you on an issue, and you'll say, you are out of your mind. You're crazy. But there isn't, because you haven't dehumanized them, because they're a human being, because they're someone you care about, there isn't this disconnect where it's okay to demonize them, where it's okay to make them out to look like a maniac, that less than human. And that's what we're doing in American politics. And we've allowed people like this to get the headlines. I'm not going to say this guy's name. We let these people have the headlines, and then we let them be the ones that define who we are politically. The vast majority of us politically, by 99% in both political parties, are reasonable people that are passionate about our beliefs. We're active and we're motivated to defend the positions that we take and to vote for and support the candidates we like. But that doesn't mean I hate you because you don't agree. I got to say, it doesn't mean I hate you because we don't agree. And I shouldn't have to say that. And so have we moved in that direction? Of course we have. Will we move back? I think the pendulum always swings. But what is it going to be where it's no longer acceptable? When is it, if you're a Democrat, that if you have somebody in your party says something vile about an opponent, you stand up and say, no, no. Remember John McCain at that town hall meeting where somebody went after Barack Obama the way that she did, and he said, hang on a minute, hang on. We have big political differences, but he's a good man. We just disagree. When do we return to that stance? When is it the expectation of both sides that when somebody goes negative and when then they start being excluded? Like, all right, I'm not putting up with that. I'm not voting for that. I think we need more of it.
Thanks for watching the Mike Broomhead Show. Catch up on Amazing Arizonans, a KTAR News podcast, and click the button in the middle to subscribe.